Okay. Woohoo! Sit my fat ass down here. How you doing, guys and gals? It's Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. Look at that. Look who we got.
Go Navy.
Look who we got, right? Bob. Tells it like it is. Tells you the truth. If he don't like it, he's going to tell you he don't like it and why, right? If he does like it, he's going to tell you he likes it. Then he's going to describe it, and he's going to say, this is a good piece of gear, man. I've used it for this many years or whatever. Haven't used it for a week, right? A week doesn't cut it. I've used this piece of gear for a couple of years now.
All my stuff's from the 1970s.
Buy it, right? That's what he's going to say. It's a great piece of gear. Buy it, right? We don't have time for, I think it's a good piece of gear. I think it's a good knife. We're going to tell you whether we think it's a good piece of gear or a good knife that you can bet your money on. All right. So I'm going to turn this over to Bob. If you guys stay tuned, you're going to hear everything he has to say, whether you like it or not.
I hope you like the stash bin. I curled it up for you. Hey guys and gals, how you doing? It's Bob here from GRIZZ Primitives on the Yellowhawk channel. I want to talk to you today a little bit about mess kits and very simple stoves, okay? Let's go back in some time. When I was a boy in scouting and all, we didn't have all this neat cooking equipment and gear and so forth and so on. And so we did cook over open fires. One of the things that a lot of us used to get were coffee cans, okay? Hobos used them, all right? Everybody used a coffee can. Any kind of can was really nice. You take a hanger, you can make a bale out of it, and so forth and so on. Also, you can keep your coffee in it like this one. Anyway, but a coffee can was great to have. You could pack gear in it, put the top on it, take it, duct tape it down, and you're good to go, okay? So it was a coffee can, all right? The other thing we had was the Boy Scouts had maybe like a frying pan, like a mess kit sort of thing the Army has, okay? And that goes back to the Civil War, okay, where they used to fry a lot of their food on skillets and whatever. And also, as the Army progressed, they would use the bottom as a plate. They'd have their slop put on there as they went through the chow lines, okay? So I still have my Boy Scout mess kit. I couldn't find it, but I'll show it to you. It has a little pot in it. So the next thing we had was military surplus, okay? And within the past, 20 or 30 years, military surplus finally took a hint from backpacking.
That's right.
To make their gears, you know, lighter.
The military got smart.
Yeah, they got smart because we were dragging canvas around and cotton and old duck down feathers.
They still have heavy shit.
And whatever, and you know, but hey, it wasn't like the British. They all had canvas all over the place. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, one of the most universal cooking utensils you can use is the canteen cup. Okay. Now this is one from the 1940s, World War II, and I had to go to a auction to get it, but I paid $10 for this. It's all aluminum, okay, metal, and it has the handle on it, which I like, okay? Got a nice lip. It might be stainless, I don't know, I thought it was aluminum. I could be wrong.
I think that's stainless.
All right, well, okay, this is probably the 1,250,000th time I've been wrong. So anyway, ask my wife, ex-wife. So anyway, they have the ones with the little, you know, the wire things. They're good too, but I prefer this because you can do a lot with it.
Right.
Okay?
The bail hand.
The little handle here.
Right. Right.
Okay. The other thing, which was surplus, you find sometimes. I found these. These were Czech. Now these are aluminum.
That's aluminum.
This is aluminum.
Definitely.
These were Czech. This had another pot that it sat inside of, but I gave it to my nephew, who's a Navy diver, and he might use it for cooking, whatever. Or looking for shrimp or mermaids or whatever.
That's my man.
Okay,
there.
but anyway, nice aluminum. Probably paid for the whole set, you know, like I don't know, $14 or $7. You could get them anywhere. Sportsman Guide had it for like two for $14 or whatever. Okay, nice little cook kit. Okay, the other one is you see the European cook kits where they have the binocular-looking type case-shaped pots with a little steamer inside of it, and then a lid with a handle. Well, that's, you know, like the Germans have that, you know, the Poles, the Swedes, whatever. This is a British type mess kit, and this one particularly is actually Danish or Swedish, okay? This has another little or bigger pot that it goes into with a handle. And the thing about this is for these type of things, you want a broader stove base like this Primus, not so much on this. I don't trust that on there, but on this it's nice and wide, okay, and it displaces the heat over a wider surface area, okay. Whereas if you were to take this and put this on here, okay, your flame has to shoot up, your heat comes this way rather than going that way, okay. But this fits this stove for its size, all right. So anyway, we went to, I have a number of these. I've used them a couple times. They're nice.
I don't have one.
Well, you may get one. But anyway, you can put a first aid kit in a plastic bag and put it in here. You can put your stove in here and unscrew the stove, lay it down next to it. And, you know, you can make your shaving kit, your hygiene kit, whatever.
Yeah, highly
versatile.
versatile.
Over. Very versatile. Okay, that's that. All right, now, getting a little more modern here. If you're going to go for a bigger group of people that are camping, okay, this is made by Coghlan, and this is kind of cool because it has a copper bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Much like titanium, copper is a softer metal. It absorbs the heat quicker and will heat things up faster. You can use this as a pan. You can fry on it, whatever. Okay. It also has a bail that comes up and it locks down. Okay, it will lock
like
up.
Group cooking.
Group cooking, yeah. I think this is a stainless steel. This probably was about, I don't know, $15, $16 with it. Yeah, this is a great pot, one pot. And if you're sharing food and water, you know, one guy carries the mess stuff, one guy carries the water, one guy carries the food, or you split it up among all three of you. Okay. Next one I think is really great is the Ozark Trail kit, which has 2 bales in it, or 2 pots with handles, and very good for if you're going to go by yourself. You can take it individually, and this top will still fit on it nicely. You can punch your holes in it, you can make a lip out of it, whatever you want to do. You can alter your equipment any way you want. Then you have the bigger one. Let's say you're doing 2 people, you know, even 3. You know, you go cook rice in this, spaghetti, ramen noodles, whatever. For like $10, you can't beat it. It's nice. They're nice. You can't beat them. Okay.
Nesting,
right? Nesting pots. Okay. Next is I bought a titanium one. This is Primus. This was like 60 some odd dollars. I paid 40 some odd bucks for it. I'm a cheapskate. Okay. It's got a lip on it. It's coated on the inside. It's titanium.
That feels like Teflon.
It may be. I'm gonna tell you what. This thing cooks up quick. Nice. It really cooks up fast. Nice. This I don't know what this is for. This is a frying pan for midgets, or
well,
you know,
at least it's a lid.
It's a lid, you know, or you can put a mirror in there and look at yourself. I don't know. You can, you know, signal planes, whatever the case might be.
You can entertain while you're doing your bushcrafty stuff.
Yeah, your bushcrafty
Put
stuff.
acorns in it for people to, you know,
right.
Little tasty morsels.
I can get my stove in here when I fold it up. I can get it down in there, and I can also get a smaller cartridge down there. Okay. So that being said, you may want to use some utensils. Okay. Well, a spoon. This is a titanium Optimist type titanium spoon.
Love it.
And the reason why we got the long ones because it reaches down inside of bags.
Right.
You know, with our MREs, they used to give us these short spoons. Okay. But these are great. These are great for going down into a deep area, and if you want to stay away from the fire and so forth. If not, we used to use tablespoons. You can go to a not Walmart, but Goodwill and buy the old cutlery and whatever.
Pull one out of your drawer.
Right, pull it and use it. Okay.
But these are very handy. I tell you, I wouldn't trade this for, you know, its weight in gold because of how long it is. Really, it comes in handy, that long spoon.
Okay. Now, let's see. Where can we go from here? Oh, well, here's the MSR. This is the Seagull. Now, Doug's got the smaller version, and I got the larger version. Okay, see? And they do nest.
Yeah.
They will nest. Kind of heavy, but they will nest, okay? Great piece of kit. Stainless steel, made in Thailand. Good stuff. Nothing wrong with it, okay? These go for about, I don't know, $22, $21.
This is one of the nicest on the market, I think.
And Stanley has one out now, which is a little deeper than this, about the same size, but it's like $25 or so, because I was reminiscing in Walmart about what I could blow money on, that I get things that I didn't need, okay, only because they're cheap. All right. The other thing you want to do is with your cookware and whatever, you want to keep it clean, okay. So you can take your regular Dr. Bonner's liquid soap, you can take Ivory soap, whatever, and if you want to keep your pots nice and clean over a fire, take white Ivory soap and put it all over the pot. It'll still get black, but when you go to wash it, that black will come off. Okay. How are we doing on time, Doug?
2 minutes.
Okay. It's always good to get a little scrub brush like this, or you can use light gravel, or you can use sand, whatever, to take out the schmoo that's accumulated in there. And these are OR towels. They're 100% cotton. You can use this to wipe it out. You can use it for sweat. You can, you know, wash with it, whatever the case might be. Okay. It's also good when you have to have a net bag. You can do a lot of things with a net bag. You can put your washed utensils in here, hang it up, and let it air dry. Okay. Or you can use it for mosquito netting. You can use it for a trap, mesh. You know, there's a lot of uses for a mesh bag.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so with that, we're going to go on to my solo kit. I'm going to go on to the solo kit. I guess about 2-3 years ago, I found Stanley was starting to make like this cup and this long bowl with a thing on it. It had little plastic cups in it, whatever. And this is a ribs container right here. And I thought to myself, man, this would make a great one person, do it all, have it all type of mess kit or cook kit, right? So anyway, here I'm able to fit a larger canister in here. Okay. Number one. Come on out, buddy.
Looks like it's having a baby.
Yeah, it is. It's crowning. It's crowning. Okay. There we had it. It's a boy. Okay. So then you have, and I know a lot of you guys have this, and I think it's a really wise purchase. I really do, for about $14. I really believe it's a great purchase. Okay.
And this canister, for me personally, that's about 4 or 5 days worth of cooking.
Yeah.
Boiling water twice a day.
That's about it. Yeah. And you know, if you want to make coffee, tea, whatever. But anyway, you guys are really familiar with this. It's got a drain hole in it. Okay. This is a cup. I don't know who makes this. Let's see. GSI. Great little cup. If you don't have a canteen cup, fits right in here, as most of you probably are, because I watch your videos and I read everything you do. I belong to Irish Army Nation, the Click, Redwood Survival, the Wolf's Den. I think that's Cody. Wolf's Den, and also belong to Cookery Freaks.
Gray Wolf Survival.
Yeah, I don't belong to that one. Oh. But the Cookery Freaks, they don't do this. They're just all about cookeries. But anyway, so what I did was, I took those cups. They come in here, the little green cups, and threw them away. I have no use for them. But I do have my stove in here. Okay, this is another MSR Pocket Rocket. And let's talk about them for a minute. I think these are probably the best stoves on the market for about 35 bucks, $36, whatever. Okay, this is an old Primus. I got this from a long time ago from what's it called? Out of Campmore. Okay, and it's got a nice wide base and so forth. Speaking about stoves, we didn't have this stuff when we were backpacking until the Coleman made the Peak 1, and that thing was literally a bomb. I mean, it leaked, the valves leaked.
It worked, but it
worked great. But white gas was another added weight you had to carry along with food and water, okay? And if that stuff leaked in your sleeping bag, you can forget it. You might as well throw the sleeping bag away or set it on fire, one of the two. But anyway, that stove was what we had. And there were some other stoves, they still make them, the old Svei stoves. They have a vapor chamber here. We used to have to light it up to get it warm, or used to, like Doug said, use a paste, okay? Or they had a little cup where you put liquid in, and that would get it together, okay, make it burst.
But they were liquid fuel stoves.
Yeah, liquid fuel stoves.
For deep winter use.
Right. The other thing I always carry matches. I carry matches or a lighter within, no matter where my kit is. There's matches and lighters everywhere, because I'm not going to sit around with a bow drill unless I have to, and I'm not going to sit around with, you know, with ferro rods, because matches work quicker and better. Okay, that's just all there is to it.
Opportunistic.
Yeah, this is my feeling on it. Okay. The other thing is that you might want to carry in there is some hand lotion. It's alcohol based. You can wash with it, but you also can start fires with it. Okay. Here's a lighter you can have thrown in there too, and you can have some matches. I always put these wooden matches in plastic. Why? They don't work when they're wet. Okay. Real simple. Another thing,
a ferro rod does.
Yeah, a ferro rod does. They're right, but it doesn't work well on wet wood. Anyway, another thing that's overlooked is these little sterno cans. I remember when I was a boy, we used to go eat our beans over this stuff, or hot dogs or whatever, just to keep them warm. And if you go to different you know, receptions where they have tea lights.
Oh, the days of yore.
A tea light is pretty nice too. But this, you can close it, hook, you know, warm something up, and use it all over again. and you can ride it in here and keep it in here also. Okay. One thing about stoves that I'm looking at, have been looking at, I'm trying to get cheap. They're not cheap. Is a multi-fuel stove. One that does cartridges, one that does diesel, airplane fuel. They have them. Gasoline,
yeah.
White gas, alcohol, whatever. They run anywhere, depending on who makes them, anywhere from $80 to $150, $160.
Yeah,
okay,
they get up there.
But I'll tell you what, if all you guys who are preppers talk about shit hit the fan stuff, that's a good stove to have.
Yeah, you're going to need versatility in that situation.
And if you go to another country, altitude, they don't have cartridges.
Might not have cartridges.
Like I sent one of these to my friend in Poland, and first thing I asked him, "Do you have cartridges?" He says, "Yeah, Bob, we have cartridges." Okay, and he loves his stove. He takes it with him when he's camping in Poland. So that's a multi-purpose or multi-fuel stove is something. It's my next thing I'm looking at. I'm looking for. Okay. Now, that being said, when you're in the woods, I go in the woods to get away from technology. I don't want to be around phones. I have a little flip phone, computers. I sometimes don't even want to be around people, okay? And I don't want things complicated. I want to just go somewhere, put my ass down, set up my shelter, start a fire maybe, cook my food real quick.
Yeah, because we don't always start fires when we go backpacking.
Yeah, we don't. We just use our stoves.
We don't always do it.
Sit back, have a cup of coffee or tea, smoke my pipe, Doug his cigars, and we go to bed. We shoot the shit and we go to bed, All this other stuff, the rendezvous and all, that's all group camping. And so we have the luxury of setting up tents and hammocks and having cars nearby and everything else. But I tell you what, if I had to carry shit on my back, I ain't carrying all that crap. That's bullshit.
I go light and tough.
And as the older I get, it gets harder. Another thing that you might want to consider is water bottles. I personally like aluminum or metal bottles. I have Coglins, but you can't cook in them. You can't boil in them. And this, I could use a wire, that fish mouth hanger. I could use a hanger, or I could use a wooden toggle with paracord. I could hang it over, and this could boil. This is a single insulation. There's no insulation. It's, what do you call it? Single chamber.
It's not double wall.
It's not double wall. It's a single wall, okay? And you can cook with it. And we talked about this plastic here. I don't think a fire is, if you don't have a high fire going, it's not going to hurt it.
Right.
Even if it does, you rip the son of a bitch off and just use it as a cooking pot, okay? So I like something like this. Also, you can scoop. It's wide mouth. A lot of these things, these water bottles have a narrow mouth, goes for like working out and stuff. This you can get a lot of stuff in there. You can also put beans in here. You can put your cereal in here. Use it as a food container.
Always think versatility with these pieces of gear. If you can get something that serves multiple purposes,
absolutely,
across the board, then you're going to be better off.
Absolutely. One other thing is I like coffee. I like heavy,
coffee.
dark roast, coarse grains. This is my little coffee press, okay, that I bought many years ago. And I have a plastic one, but I like this one if I'm going by myself because it's just for me. And I'll share some with Doug. We'll just make it stronger, make it into an espresso.
It's hard to get him to share coffee.
And licorice. But anyway, it's another.
And his woman. I've been trying for years.
Yeah, he's tried on both of my women. Anyway, it doesn't work. So anyway, this is a nice little thing to have. I mean, I dig tea bags. You can put tea bags in here too. Same thing. Pour the hot water in, let it brew, and press it. Okay. I'll tell you, I've never carried a fork in the woods. Never carried a fork.
No use for a fork.
These fork, knife, and spoon sets that are out there, I never use
just
them.
extra weight you don't need.
And if I have
personally,
and if I have a knife, I've carried I got a necker with me.
Yep.
This is
always got a knife.
Brought to you by Jeff
Luca.
Thank you, Jeff, man. I appreciate it. Go Navy, brother. Okay. You have a little knife you can cut your steak up with, or your hot dogs, or whatever, or your big ass knife. It doesn't matter. It's a knife. Okay. I'll take a Cookery. I mean, if you ever watch Jacob Peterson skin a chicken with his coop, which is like 12 feet long and everything, he cooked he skinned the damn thing like an expert. Okay.
I like him. He's a good guy.
It's whatever you have on you. And I'll tell you this: we're not experts. We've just been around a while. And like I said, I watch all your videos and I learn a lot from you guys. So don't think we're the creme de la creme and we're arrogant, whatever.
We spend a lot of time in the field, but we're not.
Many years.
This isn't written in stone.
Right.
a lot of you
it's
can
to
do
fit
this,
you.
you can do that.
It's to fit you. I mean, and listen, if you can find it cheaper somewhere, so be it. If it works for you, so be it. I mean, it's such a nice free thing. That's what's so great about it, you know. Doug and I are even thinking about hammock camping. We're trying to talk ourselves
Ben
out of it.
Pitsley's got the hammock bug biting on my butt.
Yeah, you know, to Leo Hardesty, the Irish fart, he brought it on early too. He was really digging it, you know. And I slept in a military mesh hammock. I've slept on nylon parachute hammocks that we made out of panels and all, you know. But we didn't have like the undercoating and the tarps and all this
the
other
underquilt.
stuff. And all.
I'm thinking about getting into that only because I'm getting older, and I really suffered after the rendezvous.
Yeah, me too.
My back was killing me because I was sleeping on the ground for a week, and I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll be 63 in a week and a half. So here's I'm going to call this bear wisdom. That's what we're going to call this. This is bear wisdom from the GRIZZ. Okay. Do what works for you.
Right.
Simple as that. Okay. Don't get taken in by the hype. Don't get taken in by
watch out for the hype.
the so-called gurus. Okay. And I'm not knocking anybody. Everybody has their camp, and God love them. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You want basic, simple, honest evaluations or an opinion, you come to the Two Right Guys. And if you like this and you like that sort of thing, please subscribe. Help my brother out over here at Yellowhawk Channel. You know, more subscriptions he gets, more giveaways he can do, so forth and so on. So that being said, I thank you very much and look forward to talking to you in our next video.
Greg Barr, you're calling me on this phone and you know I'm doing videos.
Yeah, Greg, what's wrong with you anyway? You ever see him? That's it, he's ostracized.
That's right.
Go Navy.
All right, guys, this is Doug Wilson from Yellowhawk Customs Outdoors. Thanks for watching. And I want to give a shout out to two guys. Ben Pitsley over at Living Survival. Love his channel. He's got great reviews. If you want all the specs for everything, he's the man to go to, right? And then Bill Blust at Grey Wolf Survival. He just started his channel. Give him a look-see. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.